is profitability? Is it in the room with us right now?
Nintendo, I will literally give you $70 cash money right now for red, blue, yellow, gold, silver. Cash money.
No. No.
My emotions. My emotions. 愚蠢的美国人和约
John Cena.
没错，先生，因为这个视频是给美国人看的，我们想说什么就说什么，字幕会换的。
This one doesn't work. And this one doesn't work. But no one is seeing your film on the big screen. But people are seeing movie theaters. They're driving past them every day to go to McDonald's. The Shamrock Shake is back. Yes! Yes! Pre-order now! This is how it feels to watch Disney Plus. Oh no. Hello, everyone. I'm the real life fake wizard. You are watching the Wizards Crash Out weekly stream. No one is buying video games, so it seems. We're going to talk about that today. That's going to be our big topic going into this. Wowee, man. What an interesting week, both like in the world of games, but also like just here on the channel and stuff that's been going on here, right? Things that we're working on. I'll talk a little bit about that first as we get into this. But it's good to see you guys all here today. August 31st, summer is over. 2025 summer drawing to a close here. At least, I mean, yeah, maybe not on the calendar, but for me, it certainly feels like it. August always marked the end of the summer for me. But we got a lot happening. Here's the deal. We got to, let's do some housekeeping first. Okay. We are going to be moving to regular videos once again. So that, we are moving to a bit of a more normal video schedule, meaning there should be at least 2 videos a week, which is exciting. We are... In theory, I guess we're kind of done doing these boots on the ground interview videos, at least for some time. For those of you, I hope you guys were notified and or watched the previous video that I did. It was not picked up well by YouTube. YouTube did not like it. Did not like it one bit. No, they didn't. Boo, YouTube. Boo. Boo on YouTube. Nobody got notified. No, I'm told that lots of people were not notified when my last post went up, which is a shame because that one took me 4 days to do. I think the number was. But you know what? We learn a lot, and I do want to say, going and doing all these interviews and being on location and interviewing people at these conventions, I really do feel like we've kind of hit the ceiling of that, where, you can only interview people so many times before you realize how they all kind of feel. And then, I was interviewing the celebrities there and the guests there, and I just, I can't air any of the stuff that I talk with them about. And I'm like, well, then that's it. Like, there's no higher to go than that. Watch the video for more context there, but it's more or less like I could talk to the celebrities at these conventions. I could travel all over the country. I could talk to the guests at these conventions. I can interview them on camera, but the reality is I do not want to be responsible, and I refuse to be responsible for the negative outcomes of them interacting with me and having me post that stuff on the internet. I refuse to do that. I refuse to be a part of it. And unfortunately, it's not fair to them because they have no idea who I am. So I could just be a clean-cut individual, or I could send somebody from my team who's a clean-cut individual, go in and ask them questions, and they're not meant to be gotcha questions. They're not meant to be zingers, but To them, it may feel like the outcomes may feel like that was actually a gotcha question because I'm criticizing the industry that they're a part of. So that's a long way to say normal videos are coming back where it's just me, and hopefully they'll be a little bit shorter, and hopefully I will have less to say. But apparently, while I'm doing these scripts, apparently I have a lot to say. That's number one. Number two, housekeeping. Let's keep up with the housekeeping stuff. Fake Portal is down for maintenance right now. And you're like, well, what the heck? We just went live with it. All right, so I'm really excited about this. This is really fun. I'm actually like super excited about this. We are currently reconfiguring a lot of the things on the Fake Portal back end to set us up for the scalability of adding games to it. So previously, I think the final number before was 127 games. We have 127 games on there. And basically, I have to rewrite every single one of them from scratch. Okay. And I'm doing it willingly, and I'm very excited for it because the way that we did it the first time was not necessarily great enough for the way that we're about to be doing it again, where all of that data is just going to make it easier for us to make other things. So yes, this is a very good thing. I am anticipating we are back online tonight. If not, then by tomorrow night. And I think we're going to reduce it down to like 80 games, but then we're just going to keep at. You're just going to every time you refresh, there's going to just be more games being added. So this is actually really cool. And if you want the specifics here, the way that we've rigged it now is it allows me to make an actual game list. Like you could have an actual game listing on there. We are now tracking for AI if the games have AI in them. We have maturity ratings on there now. We've redefined all of the categorizations for all of the tracking. So everything is a little bit more specific, which is good. I'm excited about that. And really, all of the games will now be able to link out to dedicated developer and publisher pages, which we did not have before. This is something that we wanted to do, but we didn't know how to do. And having since learned how to properly rig it to tether all these things together, it really is going to give us the opportunity to showcase developers on the site. Like there is going to be dedicated pages for developers and publishers on Fake Portal. So that is the next phase. We are putting that up. Hopefully, if not tonight, then by tomorrow night, we'll have Fake Portal online once again. If you are not enrolled in our newsletter, go to fakeportal.com and there's a page there. Like it's a little contact us form, but like just check the little box to get our emails, guys. We are sending out emails every week. You're getting an email every week of 4, 5, or 6 new games each week that are interesting and look fun. Okay, that's awesome. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. You could get the fakeportal.com. You could subscribe to that. Do I have any other housekeeping? Yeah, there's guys. So let me put it this way. Even if it seems like I'm not posting all of the time, even if it seems like you're not hearing from me all of the time, I want you to know we are busting our butts over here working on this stuff. Like this is the trajectory that we are going is potentially explosive, and we are working extremely hard on this. There have been some things that have happened in the back and behind the scenes that I can't really get into yet because I don't think they're necessarily important. But I will tell you this: just for our efforts with Fake Portal and just for our efforts with what we are doing, I've already been attacked behind the scenes. I haven't talked about this. I haven't discussed this publicly. I'm not even going to give you the specifics now, but there are people, and I have projected that this was going to happen. I've said that this was going to happen on multiple streams. I don't think I've really mentioned it in videos, but I've said that the efforts that we are going to make will result in us getting attacked. We have been attacked in 3 separate ways, including something that happened this morning. And I can't really get into them because they're on the business angle of the way that these things are organized. But this is some serious level stuff. This is some serious stuff. And we are working really hard to keep this thing together. So when I say we are going to need your support. I'm not even talking about financially. I need your eyeballs. I need maybe your time. I need if you guys want to see this succeed, which I'm hoping we all do, then we're going to need you involved when the time comes, and I will explain that more when we get there, because we are holding up the shields. Even just guys, we're still in build phase for Fake Portal. We're still in like the building phase. We're not even in the launch phase yet. We're still in just the building things out. And like, I want you to be able to see that as we're building it in real time. Things are going to be broken. Things are going to be imperfect. We're cool with that. I'm the most professional streamer on the planet. Obviously, anything else I'm going to do is going to be just as professional. It is part of who I am. And I think it's exciting that you get to see these things built in real time. It's like Legos, okay? And yet, we are being attacked for it. We are being attacked for it. I received an email this morning for another attempt that either a hater or a group of haters or perhaps an organization, I don't know who they are, is trying to take us offline. Like, they're trying to take us offline. They are trying to attack. They're trying to attack us in many different ways. They're trying to attack us financially. They're attacking us on the networking technical level, and we've had to stave off these very serious attacks. And that's not going to stop us. And I can't get into the specifics of what they are, but I'll say that it's you know, there's been bank accounts that have been locked up because they've gone and tried to knock out processors. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And one day I'll get into the absolute specifics on this. One day I'll talk about it more. But I think that's important because it's not going to slow us down. And I've been saying on every stream, it's like, yeah, you know, we'll get these attacks. I don't really care. Yeah, you know, but that's all right. See, that's not even like funny. Yeah, Real Life Fake Wizards graduated to my channel is under attack level streamer. No, but see, that's fucking bullshit, because I'm not saying my YouTube channel is under attack. I'm saying my business is under attack. Completely different fucking thing. So, like, let's just be clear there. There's a very big thing from saying my YouTube channel is under attack. No. This is not a hate campaign. This is a deplatform your business campaign, which, if you've been listening to me for any amount of time, you'll know is a lot worse. It's a lot worse when they come for your bank account. Big difference from coming for a YouTube channel because somebody doesn't like you. Okay. Yeah. My channel's under attack. Yeah. Honestly, that's not even funny with the amount of phone calls we've been on trying to resolve these things. And we don't talk about it because it's the point of, I use these streams to tell you, here's what's going on in the Fake Wizard's life as we're trying to do stuff. That's the point here. No, actually, and it's like, oh my God, look how upset he is. No, fuck off. This is bullshit because, I'm just trolling or I'm just being silly. I don't even have the patience for like trolls and sillies anymore. I'm all silly goosed out, perhaps. No. See, that's the thing. It's like we're working really damn hard, man. We're working really hard. We put a lot on the line, and I'm using these streams to tell you, here's what the experience is going on our side, right? It's not I'm not playing this for views. Clearly, because I haven't said anything about it. I haven't talked about these difficulties that we're having. That it would be what you describe here. Robert Fairbanks says, how big is your team? Tiny. Very small. We have a very small team. Very, very small team. But yes, anyway. Is this the same type of people that went for payment processors of NSFW games on Steam? I don't know. I don't know who they are. Okay. Like I don't have a clue. I don't really want to know. It's easier for also I don't really care. Like we are just full steam ahead. We don't have time to slow down. We're just going to keep going ahead. Like
We're so excited for what we're working on. They can keep shooting bullets at us and they will bounce off of us. We are completely unfazed. We will keep fighting. Like, I don't even care who they are. I've been saying, if you can't stop me, I will burn the industry down. Like, that is my goal. I will burn the AAA video games industry down if you don't stop me. Do I actually think I'm going to make a dent on Nintendo? Do I actually think we're going to make a dent on Sony or Xbox or Microsoft? No, not really. But the journey is pretty damn fun and exciting. And seeing the map light up with all of the people that are on Fake Portal at once around the world, it is inspiring to me on another level because, oh my gosh, we're not even there yet. We're just showing this stuff off. We're barely getting started. We're barely out of the gate. And I've already gotten reports from people who are saying, like, hey, I'm buying those games. Like, I'm getting emails from people saying, hey, like, thanks for showing off these games. I just bought 3 of them. You know what I mean? That is cool. That is so cool. So, yeah, there's a lot going on. But this isn't just a Fake Portal stream. We got to get into today's topics. I love hanging out with you guys. We have almost 250 people watching right now, and we're barely out the gate. No one is buying video games. Let's transition over. Let's do this. I need a transition. So no one is buying video games. Well, what does that mean? Where's that coming from? Well, let me see. Tell me I closed the tab that had all of my stuff on it. Yeah, all right. No, I found it. I did find it. You're watching the most professional streamer on the internet. Why can I not share? There we go. Let me share my screen. All right, let's talk about this. Okay, so let me set this up. So what we're about to look at here, this is not exactly new. I've talked about it on some videos. I've talked about it on streams before. We've got situations here in the US where young Americans are not buying video games as much. There's a lot of reasons for that. In fact, I'm going to take it away entirely. There's a lot of reasons for why people aren't buying video games. When I say that people aren't buying video games, what happens is we immediately have these gut reactions. We immediately have these, well, this is the reason why, or that's the reason why, or this is the reason why, this is the only reason why. No. There's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of microtransactions as part of it. Fortnite's part of it, but like there's a lot of reasons why this is happening. Okay. But the reason I wanted to talk about this now, and we're going to look at this article in just a second, is because we just had a lot of games get released, and there's a lot of games on the way. Okay. AAA titles, like big-time titles. Some of them would be considered AA, but they had AAA money, right? And so some of these games are selling decently, but a lot of games are just not selling well right now. And I'd like to look at why that is. And some of them are titles that just came out over the last couple days. So let's go ahead and pull this up. I'm going to zoom this in a bit. And this is slightly dated, but really not by much. July 1st, 2025. So we're about 2 months away from when this article was published, but the data is still extremely relevant now. Young Americans are spending a whole lot less on video games this year. New data suggests that 18 to 24-year-olds are cutting back on different things, on many different categories, with losses most concentrated in gaming. Geez, I got to get my glasses checked here. Perhaps, zoom in a little bit more. Perhaps responding to economic uncertainty and narrowing job prospects, young people in the United States are significantly cutting back on spending on video games compared to this time last year. While 18 to 24-year-olds aren't buying as much across a range of categories, losses are concentrated in gaming. Okay, so you know why this is really interesting? Because there needs to be a better analysis of why young people aren't buying X thing. Okay, there needs to be a better... Somebody needs to do the math on that. Somebody needs to do the investigation there, because you look at specific things and young people aren't buying those specific things anymore. Video games being one of them. They're not buying new titles. Hang on a second. Just because gamers are not buying new titles, does not mean they're not playing video games. Okay, that's a big caveat here. Just because they're not buying new titles does not mean they're not playing the games. Okay, lots of gamers are still playing. Lots of gamers, 18 to 24-year-olds, are still playing Call of Duty, Fortnite, Roblox. They're still playing all those games, and all those games are microtransaction heavy. Okay, here on this channel, based on my analytics for what I see, most of the people watching with like a 92% percentile, right? We're all the same age, okay? We're all dudes around the world. 92% of you are dudes anywhere from like 25 to 45, okay? And we're all guys. 92% of us, anyway. Shout out to all the women that watch this channel. I'm shocked that any do, but here we are. But we talk here on this channel about all the AAA games, like all the big name AAA games. Well, anybody that was in that 25 to 45 age range, and of course older, we all played Assassin's Creed 1 on Xbox 360. We all played Gears of War on the Xbox 360. We all played Halo on the Xbox. We played Halo 2 on the Xbox. Many of us played Battlefront 2 on the PlayStation 2, right? So everybody that's slightly older, we care about the AAA games, right? Because we remember them. We remember gaming in the older AAA space, in the original gaming space, right? That's where we're from. But you look at the 18 to 24-year-olds, they don't care about that because they're not being raised on games like Halo on Xbox. They're not being raised on Battlefront 2. No, they're being raised on Battlefront 2 with the loot boxes. So there's an entire paradigm shift here. And it's part of the problem with that is happening inside of AAA, which is why they don't necessarily care about what we want. I was on Saturday Night Hypnosis last night, and the topic came up on, we were talking about Resident Evil. It was a really good discussion. And the idea was, well, why would Resident Evil be making these changes that they're making? Why are they doing things in the way that they are? It seems to be polarizing a lot of people. Okay, well, if you look at the sales numbers, right, Resident Evil is selling tens of millions of units for each game. Almost all of their games over the last 10-ish years have broken 10 million units sold. Okay. And part of that is Resident Evil is attracting new players, new blood. Okay. That's a big part of their business strategy. Resident Evil's business strategy is to keep adapting enough to attract new blood while also still maintaining their old blood. Okay. They want to bring in new buyers and also keep their old ones. But to do that, they have to keep adjusting along the way. Obviously, it's debatable on whether that is good or healthy or not, but I'm explaining it from the corporate background. That's what corporations want. So when we look at topics like this, right, and we're saying that people are not buying games anymore, well, that's where we see a lot of the problems with modern day AAA gaming happening, right? They are making decisions from a place of trying to satisfy 92% of my viewers, which are the 25-year-olds to 45-year-olds, and they're dudes, suck dudes, but they're also trying to bring in new blood, younger generations, and that's not really working out as far as mainline titles is concerned. Okay, this is a massive, massive discussion. This is a massive talking point. This is a massive discussion, right? And we're not even we barely got out of the first paragraph here. New data published by market research firm Cursana. I don't know how you pronounce that. I'm not very good at this stuff. Okay. I'm not really good at reading names. Okay. I could read, just not names. And reported by the Wall Street Journal suggests that young adults spend nearly 25% on video game products in a 4-week span in April than in the same time frame last year. Okay. Spent. That does not mean time. They are referencing money. So keep that in mind. They're specifically talking about money here, okay? Other categories, also dramatic drops. Accessories down 18%, technology down 14%, furniture down 12%. All categories combined, the 18 to 24 age group spent around 13% less than last year. I also want to jump on and say, I don't know if I trust all this data. I'm going to just say that mostly because I'm starting to just not trust these giant think tanks. Market research firms like Kursana here do a lot of speculation. All right. This is something I should probably be saying on all streams moving forward. I just don't trust all of the data. Could it be close to correct? Sure. But oh my God, this beard is really itching me today. Not good. Not good. I'm gonna have to get a new beard soon because this one is really falling apart. Like the string is so we're gonna have to upgrade the wizard stuff somehow soon. This is killing me. Wow. Also, I want everybody to know I've been using the exact same beard since I started this channel. I have not changed this beard. Okay, this is the same one. So we've been using this one for a long time. It's had better days. Okay, no. Stinky beard. No, it's not a stinky beard. It's a scratchy beard. No, I am very good with keeping all of my stuff clean. Okay. I practice stage care on all of my stuff. Okay. Which means you got to make sure it's all hygienic and clean. Okay. You should put it in a glass display case. That's pretty funny. Have not washed it once. Yeah. No, you use alcohol. Use this spray alcohol. That's what they do in theater. Like on Broadway and stuff. That's how they clean all the wigs and things. They use spray alcohol most of the time. Or they get like some expensive solution, which is mostly just spray alcohol again. All right, anyway, back to this. Yeah, I don't really trust all of this data, but let's just take it at face value for right now. Okay, so if we look here, we got the average weekly spending for select industries change from a year earlier. So that 18 to 24-year-olds is down 25% here. That's pretty huge. But, okay, again, does that mean they're not playing games? No, they are definitely playing games. They're just not buying new games. They're not spending as much on new games, which is fascinating to think about, right? You know, this is a fascinating thing, especially on this channel with what I've been talking about over the last couple of months. You've got companies are trying to charge more for games. You have Nintendo pushing to $80. You have Microsoft attempting to push to $80. Microsoft rolled it back, and there's a good chance that Nintendo is currently rolling back the $80 spend on games. Okay, there's a very good chance that they're rolling that back. Why? Because people are not going to spend $80 on your games, you stupid morons. You absolute assholes. Fuck you and your $80 games. Okay? This is what happens when you keep raising prices on your games and you're not delivering your fucking value. That's the thing. If you were to deliver better value, people would be willing to spend more money on your games. But you're not doing that. You're releasing dog shit and then charging premium prices for it. So this is what happens. People are going to keep playing Fortnite. People are going to keep playing Roblox, especially young adults in the West who've got no fucking money. It makes me furious. It's like it's staring us right in the face. 18 to 24-year-olds. Oh, you mean the people who got no money? Shit. I know 25 to 45-year-olds who ain't got no money. Son of a bitch. And they keep raising the prices on games. This is what's going to happen because it's easier to buy a microtransaction. It's easier to buy $10 worth of Fortnite battle passes or $20 worth of Fortnite microtransactions to still keep playing the game that you've been playing for a long time. So it all is continuity. You have the continuity there. It's you're continuing that experience. And then you got these idiot companies over here that are charging $70 for Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is what that game is a joke. $80 for Outer Worlds 2? You're kidding me, right? You deserve to lose all your pre-orders there. Also, the pre-orders is just a scam, right? So we look at a situation here. It's like, well, what are you doing? Of course, young adults are not going to keep going like this. Also, you have conditioned them to stick to specific games. Okay, and actually, that was a little bit intentional. Like that was a little bit intentional. Epic Games wanted that to happen. The Roblox company, I don't remember what I think it's called Roblox. I think the corporation is called Roblox now, or it may always have been. But Roblox, that was what Roblox wanted to do, is to condition these now 18 to 24-year-olds to stay inside of the games that they're already spending lots of money on. There's just no reason to buy the new games. And this is from so like I get a little heated on this because I'm so sick. I hate these mega corporations. I hate them like with a fury. Like my remember guys, like I used to be a Star Wars apologist. I used to be. I walked out of Star Wars The Last Jedi and I was devastatedly upset, but I was still there saying like, don't worry guys, it's going to get better. It never did. It only got worse. It has continued to get worse. And then we fast forward, right? We continue onwards. And nothing has gotten better. These companies have all continued to get worse. So I have no love for them anymore. I want them all to burn, right? Because like you look at this is just insane. This is just nuts. And this chart here does not contribute to a healthy marketplace. So all of the morons that think it's okay for games to raise the price, and I say morons, maybe with love to some of you. These companies don't want to keep raising the price, but this is what's happening. You've got less and less people buying. Fast forward this thought. I've talked about this before. This is my hypothesis on what's going to happen. If you fast forward this market right here, you are going to have who's going to be left making games? Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony, the big three. That's all that's going to be left. And they're all going to be funded by each other. They're all going to be funded by Tencent. Tencent will be involved there, but it's going to be slop fest after slop fest after slop fest. There will be zero. This is everything talking about the crash, right? A lot of people want to talk about this crash. Oh, the video game crash. It's gonna be good if we get the video game crash, right? Everything will be creative when the video game crash happens. It's not going to go down the way you think. It's not going to go down like that. A video game crash does not mean more happens on the end of it. It means that the market contracts. And what happens when the market contracts is there's less players and there's less money to invest in new players. Okay? So that's important on a channel like this because I want to support creativity and I want to support new people in the space. And the only way that we do that is by supporting indie games. Okay, this is the whole fake portal project we're doing. How do I get you to play new games from smaller developers, from solo devs, from small teams? I'm just going to make the resource. And there are other resources out there that are maybe similar in nature or in theory, but I have not been able to find anything that is at least to the caliber that we have it in our minds that's going to be able to reach what Fake Portal's putting out. Okay. And this is not a big plug for Fake Portal. This is just like, this is what I think we need to do. I really genuinely think we need to play more indie games. Here's the other thing with that. I have come across, like, we've been doing this Fake Portal project, I want to say almost all summer. Okay. I keep coming across games myself that I'm like, this game looks fun as hell. I never would have heard about it. And then I look at the Steam charts and this game is only sold to 100 people. It's got a peak of like 140 people. It's got a peak of 200 people. And I'm like, oh my God, this game looks awesome. And no one's playing these games. And then you ask, well, why is that? It's because they have no discoverability. They have no marketing, and they don't know any other ways to market themselves because they're not marketers. They're not social media content creators. They're just game designers. They do what they do well, and then they get burnt on the other end of that by not getting discoverability because these platforms are designed for the corporations to win, not the indie developers. You know? So I feel like it's more important now than ever before to start withholding your dollars from AAAs and really start doubling down on AAs. Really start doubling down on indies, single A titles, you know? So this let me read this. This seems interesting. Steam has too much slop. Streamers are the way to bump indie. Yeah. Well, that's what's happening, right? That's what's happening. You'll get a title like Schedule 1. You'll get Queso, the streamer Queso, to start playing, which I like Queso. I think he's pretty entertaining. I think he's a funny guy. Queso starts streaming Schedule 1, and a bunch of other streamers also started streaming Schedule 1, and boom, it was the top of the Steam charts for a hot minute there. You know, like, yes, I do think we need content creators to start supporting indie games. Absolutely. I completely agree with that. That's a good point. And that is a great way to bump everything up, right? Okay. But I wanted to talk about some specific games here. Obviously, this chart is pretty terrifying. I want to look at some specific games that just came out, and I want to go through them a little bit. So, many of you know, because I streamed it a couple days ago, Gears of War Reloaded came out. Okay, well, let's take a look and see how Gears of War is doing on Steam. Not good. Not good. This is not good. Gears of War is not doing so good. Okay? Now, you might be thinking, well, obviously, right? It's a game that got a remaster not too long ago. And that remaster was fine. But this is the second remaster. And they put it on PlayStation for $40. Is there anything new on this game? Like anything really new or worthwhile? No. And I'll say this. I've played the game myself. I am a big time Gears of War guy. I'm actually very good at Gears. I'll say there are not many games I'm good at. Like I'm not good at Souls games. I'm not good at most games, but I play them for fun. Gears of War is actually a game I can confidently say I'm competent at playing this game. There is no real reason to buy this game if you already have the Ultimate Edition, number one. If you've played the Ultimate Edition, there's no reason to play this. And frankly, Gears 1 is not my favorite entry at all in the franchise. I think Gears 2 is vastly superior. Gears 3 is vastly superior to Gears 1. Like Gears 2 and 3 are that's it. Like I would buy whatever special edition you released if you were to release Gears 2 and 3. Like I would buy them all. I have almost, I'd say for the Gears games, I have 50% of the collector's editions that they did. So like Gears is my stuff. But here we go. It's not about me. Let's look at this. This game peaked on Steam with 4,800 people on Wednesday, the 27th. And we are seeing it as just declining now over time, which is wild to me because this is the first weekend that this game is out, technically. Right? So it came out on Tuesday, and then it peaked Wednesday, and now it's just been declining. I mean, it's Saturday today. Or no, it's Sunday today. Jesus, my days are messed up. So Saturday, it didn't go up very high. Friday, we didn't see any numbers. This game is just dying out. Okay? Now, the reason I wanted to bring this up and I wanted to talk about this, because it seems like, Wizard, why would you talk about this? Like, hey, right here. FYI, if you own the Ultimate Edition, Microsoft gives you Reloaded for free. Yes, they do. So I got Reloaded for free on Xbox. Good point. Also, if you have Game Pass, you get this game for free. Good point. You just play it there. Fine. But we do have this thing right here from Gears themselves, right? I mean, they said Gears. This is from the official Gears of War channel, right? Ending the console war one grub at a time. Thank you for 1 million players. Okay. So we got that players number coming in again. We got that players number coming in. Here's the problem with players. And obviously, we know what the problems are with players, right? That's nothing new. Oh, too big. This was the big push for PlayStation. How many PlayStation players are there? Do you have any? Are there a lot? The game is $40 on PlayStation. Yes, I know you're giving it away in 2 places. Yes, I know you put it out for Steam. But if we look at the Steam numbers here, let's go back real quick. Let's go back to the Steam numbers. 4,800 players peak on Steam is not good. That's not good numbers, right? That's not good sales numbers. And then let's jump back over to their post here. Well, 1 million players. Okay. Well, if no one's buying it on Steam and you gave it away in 2 other places totally for free, that means this game is not selling well. There's also one other major point here that no one's paying attention to. Also, nobody's talking about Gears. Am I the only content creator that's talking about this game? I know there's a handful of people, a handful of streamers playing it and like streaming the game, but like no one's talking about this. We're looking at another, like, and I think it's because nobody gives a shit about Gears anymore. But seriously, this is like another gold mine of, hey, corpos are like kind of disingenuous again. Take a look at this. Where's my cursor? Where'd my mouse cursor go? Okay, I found it. If we jump over here, I put this tweet out because I did a little bit of the numbers myself. I started looking at this myself, okay? I said, Gears Reloaded is selling terribly. Considering the previous Ultimate Edition sold 1 million units and was exclusive to Xbox One, having 1 million players while being on Game Pass, PlayStation 5, and Steam means no one's buying it. Gears of War is a dead franchise. Yeah, if we take a look at this, I pulled the numbers here. So everything up on top, this is every game that was released on Xbox 360. This is the 360 era. So you had Gears 1 sold 5 million units itself. Like the original game sold 5 million units. Gears 2 sold 6.75. Gears 3, 6.22 million units. That's pretty good. Considering, again, let's also think back. See, now I got to throw this out there. Let's also think back that this was at a time when, yes, gaming was growing, but not nearly enough people had the same number of consoles like we do now. Let me rephrase that. There are more people in the gaming marketplace right now than there were statistically in the Xbox 360 days. Okay? Gaming is more accessible now. More people have gaming PCs. More people have PlayStation 5s. And more people have, well, actually, I don't know about the Xbox Series, but I do know about the PlayStation 5s. More people have PlayStation 5s than Xbox 360s were sold in the time frame that these games were out. Like, more people have accessibility to gaming. Okay? So 1 million on Gears Judgment may not have seemed that great, but at the time, it wasn't the end of the world. Okay? 6.22 million units on Gears 3 was amazing. Okay? 6.75 million units, Gears 2 was incredible. All right? These were very good numbers in the time. This is like, you know, people talk about Superman and like, oh, it's adjusted for inflation. This is kind of similar to that. Like, almost 7 million units in a time when the Xbox 360 was not in everybody's houses. It was very good. Those are very good numbers. All right, but let's continue downward. Okay? Because everything in this section 2 here is all in Xbox One. Okay? And we could see here, Gears Ultimate Edition 2015 sold 1 million units. So this was 10 years ago. 10 years ago, they did this remaster, and it sold 1 million. Okay? And it was exclusive on Xbox One. Fast forward to now, it's on more platforms. Steam numbers are garbage. PlayStation numbers we don't have, and they gave it away. They gave it away free in 2 places. No one's buying this. And I know that this feels like, you know, it's like, what was it? Like, it's so obvious. Like, it's kind of staring us in the face. Why even waste time talking about this? Because look at the numbers for Gears 2 and 3. Look at the numbers for Gears 1 originally. Look at the numbers for Gears Look at the numbers as of the Ultimate Edition the first time. That's when Xbox took over this franchise. And we see that over time, this franchise just goes to friggin' zero, you guys. This was a massive first-party game on the Xbox. This is one of my top favorite games, favorite franchises. I love these games. And then we fast forward and Xbox consumes it. And then we just watch it die and decay over time. That now, when it's almost a sign of desperation. Like, people are celebrating this end of the console exclusivity. I'm not celebrating it, especially the fact that the title that they're using to celebrate it is a title that they consumed and destroyed. Okay, now wait a second. Gears 3 is the worst? Gears 3 is the worst? Mods, I need you to ban Red Syrup from the chat. We need a 10-minute ban. Gears 3 is the worst. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Goodbye. That's a joke, by the way. I feel like I have to say that's a joke because some fucking morons will clip that and then put it like, oh my gosh, look at the fake wizard. He's a tyrant to his chat. It's like, nah. Ouch. Yeah, this is what happens when the corporations take over everything. Okay. Robert Fairbanks says Gears 3 is the best in my opinion. All right, give him a wrench. Give Robert Fairbanks the wrench for 5 minutes, then take it back. This is like, guys, this is a wild thing here. Because this is what's going to happen to your favorite franchises. This is a warning. This is a massive warning. The larger these companies become, the larger their egos are inflated, the more franchises and properties they consume. They already basically own everything outright from the get-go. But they're destroying everything. Okay? Gears is just one example. Fable is dead. Crackdown is dead. Assassin's Creed is dead. Splinter Cell is dead. Watch Dogs died out on its third game. The corporatification, which I just made up that word, it is destroying the industry. And then we look over to what I just showed you before, right? Where the young people are not playing video games. Those young people are not playing video games. Not like we used to play. Those young people need to start buying games again. Yeah, but they got no reason to because the games are just not that good. The games are so not good, we're not even playing them. And we, as in people that are in that 92 percentile I keep talking about, right? Right? So the solution there is to just you got to keep you got to fight back by crushing them. We need to crush them. And I'm not saying like we're gonna like go and march. I just mean like gamers and buyers that are conscious of what's happening here. I mean, like, look, guys, the fact that you have major YouTube channels that typically shill for Nintendo are coming out and criticizing the game key card situation because it's that big of an issue. And also the fact that it is a mainstream thing to rip on them for is allowing, kind of allows them to do it. Like, that's a sign here. When people want to tell you that you can't fight back, that's cope. Okay, that's copium. We can fight back, and it starts with just you. Okay, it starts with just one person. We don't need a full movement fighting back. You don't need it. It's okay. It's better that you spend your money playing games that are fun and creative and insightful, perhaps, and have something to some kind of experience to actually share with you. I'm finding that in the indie space. And I'm not just saying that because I make the fake Portal thing. I am not, let me put it this way. I am not typically a PC gamer. And you may say, like, well, Wizard, you're a console gamer? You're a console warrior? No. It's not like that. I also don't give a shit about that stuff. I don't typically play PC games because I work on all of my computers and I don't like to bog them down with games. So I mostly play on PlayStation or handheld. All right. But now, which also means the point I'm saying this is because I don't play a lot of games on PC, I don't use Steam very often personally. And yet, I have the largest Steam wish list at this moment than I've ever had ever because I'm now finding games that are like Steam exclusive or GOG exclusives, right? And I'm like, oh, well, these are games that I can only play on PC and I'd like to play them. Okay. So it's kind of exciting in a way. It's like, oh my gosh, there's a whole section of video gaming that I didn't know existed. Personal, and that's for me. Like, I had no idea that these games were there. And if I didn't know they were there, then there is an extremely strong chance most of you don't know that they're there either. So that is going to be awesome. I wish the Nintendo YouTubers would rather fight back against $70, $80 games first than go after game key cards. Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. All right, well, there are other games here, but I am just droning on, and I missed a bunch of super chats. Firstly, over on Rumble, we had Otaku for Life before I chewed him out. So I feel a little bit bad, but not really, because that comment fucking sucked. Otaku for Life gifted 5 subscriptions to the Real Life Fake Wizard channel over on Rumble. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I shouldn't have chewed you out, but I don't regret it. But thank you for the subscription. I do appreciate that very much. That's very kind. That is very kind of you, and I know you are a watcher of the channel. But Real Life Fake Wizard has graduated to my channel's under attack. I'm not the fucking quartering. So, and I'm going to catch shit for saying that. Franken J. Stein 9371 for a 5 says, I never do super chats because the starving artist is still a thing. To me, your mission is worth it. Love me some Fake Wizard. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. That's kind of you. Yes, starving artist is definitely still a thing. Yes, it is. Oh, yeah. One Dirty Bird 1294 for a 5 says, except for a couple of gotchas, all the games I'm playing are over 5 years old. Yeah. Okay. So that's a really fascinating thing. That's really interesting. Okay. I don't have a way to pull it up. Do you know there are a ton of games that came out this year that are in like, and this is just more indie glazing, but hang on, because guys, the amount of like indie games that came out this year that are absolute bangers are actually insane to me. There are a ton of games that's like, oh, when did that come out? It must have been a few years old because I totally missed it. Like, no, it came out 3 weeks ago. Holy crap. So yeah, the games that I'm playing are typically older, but there's a lot of new games that came out this year. We just don't know that they're there, which is like kind of exciting because there's a whole new world of gaming that's possible there. Yes. Thank you for the 5. This was a comment that I picked up before because I didn't get to fully read it, but I want to answer it. Out of curiosity, Wizard, what are your thoughts on AAA from Square Enix like Kingdom Hearts and the Final Fantasy VII Remake series? Final Fantasy VII was one game on the PlayStation 1, and they have taken that franchise. They've taken Final Fantasy VII. They've done a ton of continuations of it. Some of them were okay, some of them not so much. And now we're at a point where Square Enix is so creatively bankrupt that they're taking a single game, splitting it into 3 different games, and then doing the multiverse story, which is when you've gone too far, you got nothing to write. You write yourself into a corner, you do the multiverse story. Stories that do space and time, most typically, unless they go into it with the intention of being spacey and timey, fall apart. They fall apart when you go multiverse. Multiverse is messy and it's boring, and audiences don't care about multiverse. So Final Fantasy's toast. Final Fantasy 16, I can't finish. I'm just bored. I've tried, and I really like the characters, and I'm interested with the story, but that game is too long for its own good, and then it gets boring. So when I say I like the characters, I like Clive and Joshua and Jill, and I hate everybody. I don't care about anybody else. The villains, I don't care about any of them. I'm talking about Final Fantasy 16 here. I just don't care. Don't care at all. So I can't even finish it. And what's crazy is, like, over time, I have praised that game. Like, oh, Final Fantasy 16 is it. I've gone back and tried to continue where I've left off, and I cannot. I just don't care. I just don't care, which is a shame. Kingdom Hearts, last one here. Kingdom Hearts should actually, it's a whole like spin-off topic that I could do, but Kingdom Hearts should have ended with 3 like it was promised to, and then start a new Kingdom Hearts saga. Okay, not a remake, not a remaster. Give us new stories in the Kingdom Hearts world. You could have done that. They could have done that. That's what we were told was going to happen. And then it became messy. Okay. Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to be a mess because it's no longer just Kingdom Hearts. Also, Kingdom Hearts was a disaster mess beforehand, because now they're taking the Final Fantasy Versus 13 stories and shoehorning it into the Kingdom Hearts world. Kingdom Hearts is insanely incredible for its music, but it's a disaster with everything else. And I say that as somebody who's got Kingdom Hearts in my top 5. Like, the Kingdom Hearts franchise is in my top 5 with Gears. Like Gears, Kingdom Hearts, Fire Emblem, those are all in the top 5. Where they rank in the top 5, I don't really know. I don't really care, but they're in my top 5. I mean, I have Kingdom Hearts music in every single one of my videos now. But the more you look back on it, the more you kind of realize the music carried that friggin' game. That game was a mess. Okay, thank you for that. What are my thoughts? My thoughts are Square Enix needs to hire new writers. Robert Fairbanks for the 10 comes in and says, I love you, Wizard. Give me the wrench. I swear I can fix you. No, that sounds a little. That sounds a little interesting there. I don't know how I feel about that. Thank you for the 10. I don't know. We'll have to see, because I don't know. We need criteria. We need criteria for giving out wrenches. It's something we're going to do eventually. I can't make any promises now, but I do say thank you for the 10. Thank you for that. Mr. Cookie Monster 515 with a 5. Why can companies make games like Red Dead 2, story, lore, and good gameplay? Because that's a company that... Okay, that's a really great question. Rockstar, when you think of Rockstar, what do you think of? You immediately think of Grand Theft Auto. Well, why do you think of Grand Theft Auto? Or perhaps you did think of Red Dead. I don't know. But you thought of Grand Theft Auto and you thought of Red Dead 1 or 2, or that's what you think of when you think of Rockstar. Well, why do those things pop? Why do those things come to mind? And why do you feel some kind of reverence towards those games? Because they're very good. Because they're well done. Because they're made by a company, and I'm not here to just glaze Rockstar by any means. The last one I played was 4. I played GTA 4, and I never finished Red Dead 2. But when you think of these companies, you think of high-quality products, because that's what they want you to think. They want their brand positioning to be high-quality products, and they succeed with that. Like, they're very successful at that. So when you say, like, why can companies make games like Red Dead 2, story, lore, and good gameplay? Because they're putting story, lore, and gameplay first and foremost to deliver the best experience they possibly can. If it takes them years, they don't care. If it costs a fortune, they don't care. Because they refuse to jeopardize your perception of their products being good. Ubisoft doesn't care. Tencent doesn't care. Microsoft doesn't care anymore. Nintendo doesn't necessarily care that much. They're much more money grubby now than they were. Actually, Nintendo's always been money grubby, but like now it's terribly bad. Like now it's really bad. You know, that's why. That's why. I only wish that companies would start being better about it. Nexus Nocturne, remember, for 2 months, best way to wake up, a wizard crash out. Yeah. You know, we've been going back and forth. There's other streams that I want to start doing. There's other shows that I'd like to do coming soon. When, I don't know. So I don't really want to announce it yet. What I will announce definitely is that we're going to be doing a weekly indie stream starting soon, probably towards the middle of September. I have to travel again next week, but after that, probably the middle of September, we're going to be doing weekly Fake Portal gaming streams, which I'm a little excited for. And guys, I have this idea for a morning show, like a news show, but I would need a co-host. And the way that I think it would work, it would have to be. I mean, I have a perception of what I want of who I would want the co-host to be, but I really I don't have a name or a person in mind. I just have an idea in mind. But I want to do like a morning news show, and we do it like once a week. I would love to do that, and it's a little bit more formal. And I'll do a bit where I'll wear the suit jacket and everything, and it'll be like, yes, and in here for our show, and we do the character bit, but we still cover the news seriously. Like we still have the discussions on the news. We start bringing guests on. I would love to do that, but still a little just too busy right now. But I appreciate that. Thank you for the member message. Awesome. Wizard and Abed in the morning. Yeah, pretty much like that. That's kind of it. Yeah. Yeah, that's the idea. Okay. There's one other game that I want to look at this morning. And it's a game that was it was run by Sony. It's a Sony game. Let's pull it up here. I have not played this. I do not own it. But we're going to look at the numbers in a second here. Lost Soul aside. Okay. Now, many of you who remember, because I streamed the PlayStation events where this was announced, and I was like, oh, look, Lost Soul aside, it's another Soulsborne, everybody. It's a Soulsborne game. Because if it looks like a Soulsborne game, I'm going to say it's a Soulsborne game. And so you guys corrected me. Some of you corrected me and said, no, it's not a Souls game. It's just an action hack and slasher. It's more like Devil May Cry. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'll say this, I still want to play this game. I don't have the time, so I'm not spending full price on it. Also, I'm just not interested in buying the game at full price because I might hate it, right? But if we look here, because this just came out the same time as that Gears game we just talked about. If we look at the charts, it's doing worse on Steam than Gears of War is. And Gears of War is doing terrible. This is dead. This game is toast. It is on a straight trajectory to the bottom. Now, why is that? Why is this happening? Well, there's a lot of reasons why. There's a couple of technical issues. The voice acting's not so good. It seems like it's Forspoken-y. There was not a lot of marketing. And they released it at a time where it's back to back to back to back to back to back with lots of other games that are out right now. They dropped Lost Soul Aside, which was a AA title that was originally started by a single guy. Like this, the concept of this game and the original work on this game was originally done by one guy, and then that team expanded, and then Sony ended up investing in it. Okay, this is part of the Chinese investment project that Sony is doing. I think it's called Project China, something like that. And we fast forward, and this game was put out at a time when there's just too much out. And I don't understand why they did that. I don't understand why they put this out when they did. the fact that it got those promos and announcements and they pushed it back for tech support, I really had high hopes for this one. Like, I kind of thought it was going to be good. I was hopeful that it was going to be good. And because I like the action hack and slashers, you know? So I was a little interested. I like new IPs. Give me a new IP to get into, to get invested in. And we see here, like, no one's playing this game. No one's buying new video games. Why is no one buying games? Well, there's a lot of problems with it. Like, I might be a little lenient on the problems personally, but that doesn't mean anybody else should or has to be. That's just me personally. But now what I want to do, let's look at Solid Snake. Metal Gear Snake Eater. And Snake Eater right now is sitting at 19,000 players. This game came out on the 28th, so just a few days ago, okay? Which was the same time, which was 2 days after Gears of War and 2 days after Helldivers 2 hit Xbox. Another major game, but also this is a remake. This is a remake of is it a true remake? I thought, yeah, it is a remake. Remake of the 2004 game. I don't know about you, and perhaps I don't know the numbers. I don't know the true numbers for Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. I know this game is beloved, but I'm gonna go on record and say I think 20,000 is extremely low. I could be wrong. You could tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe people are buying this in other places. Maybe I'm not educated fully. I will admit I'm a little bit more ignorant to the Metal Gear franchise. I'm not a Metal Gear fan. Not for any particular reason. I just never had the chance to get into it. Right? But I'm going to say 20,000 is kind of low. It's kind of low. But it's also a game that a lot of people have already played. Just like Gears of War Reloaded. Gears of War has been released 3 times. Metal Gear here is now, sure, it's a remake, but it's a remake of a game that lots of people have already played. Yeah, if it was only PC, 20K would be very bad. Yeah, this is, I mean, I don't know. Maybe people are buying it on PlayStation. Maybe people are buying it on Xbox. I truly don't know. But I will say, Steam 20K don't look good. That don't look good. That's not a good number for a franchise and a title this big. So, as we tie up some of these things, right, and we look around at the gaming space right now, it seems messy, but it always seems messy. It's always going to be messy, okay? And something that I'd like to start doing, and I'm going to be adding to most of my videos, is, well, I can't even say that. It's something I want to try and do is, I think with all of our content creators that we watch and all of the people that we watch here online, I kind of wish more of the streamers and the creators and the videos gave you something actionable to do when you watch the stuff, right? So we look around here, it's like, hey, people aren't buying games. Well, why is that happening? Well, there's a lot of reasons why that's happening, but also look at some of these major franchises that are dying on the sword because of corporate bullshit, because of corporate avarice, right? And so something that I will be doing, and something that I hope other creators will start doing, is encouraging you to play other things, is encouraging you to do other things instead, okay? Just because Snake Eater came out, I mean, look, that might be, maybe Metal Gear is your franchise. Like, by all means, play it. Go for it. Like Gears of War is for me. But even playing it again, I'm like, I just played this again not too long ago. It's still, Gears 1 is still fresh in my mind. Like, why am I playing this again? Oh, it's because of money. It's because of money. So, play other things. Find other types of games. Engage with other companies and developers. There are some gems out there, guys. We just haven't found them yet. I swear, it's like it's kind of exciting. I'm looking at this as there's a whole new world of gaming ahead for all of us. And if I can help facilitate that, even if 100 people use it, I don't care. That's awesome. That's 100 new people getting to experience new games they otherwise wouldn't have been able to. And here's what's fun. A lot of these games are short. They're short. They're like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours. Okay. That means you've got fun experiences that are confined. There's no 100 million collectibles. Sure, there's collectibles. I'm sure in some of them. They might have better stories than modern AAA games. They might be the better experiences. I think that's where it's at. So I'm pretty excited there. And we're going to do more of that along the way. Okay. So let's see. Let us see. Righty. I don't see anyone else. Well, I guess we could just raid X-Ray Girl again because I don't see anybody else. Who should we raid, chat? Because we're going to tie up the stream here. Is there anybody else streaming that we should raid? Otherwise, we'll just raid X-Ray Girl's channel again because that's what we've been doing the last few weeks. Okay, so let's go say hi to X-Ray Girl. We got a lot of people watching right now. I want you to jump over there and say Wizard Raid. Holy shit, we're sitting at 400 viewers right now. This is incredible. Guys, we have 400 people watching across all platforms. And we just got, oh, please tell me that came up. We just got a super chat over on Rumble, but it's not coming up here. From Otaku for Life for $10. Shout out. You can tell when a product is a labor of love versus, quote, doing my job. Authenticity is the new currency. Stay you. Well, thank you for that, buddy. I appreciate that very much. That's very kind to you. And like I said, sorry for tearing you out at the beginning of the stream. But otherwise, that is going to do it for us here. Shout out to all of you. Until next time, create, innovate, inspire. Let's go jump over to X-Ray Stream if you're here on YouTube. If you're not, otherwise, I will see you in the next video. More videos to come, more streams to come. FakePortal.com. If you want to join our Discord server, WizardSanctuary.com. Get on our newsletter. The newsletter's pretty hot. Until next time, y'all be easy. Okay, bye-bye.